Galaxy of Heroes video. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today we have gotten a ton of new information from the Star Wars forums. Now, if you remember in the past, we did get this, we were told that we'd be getting a lot more this week, and this is just the beginning of a few great things. Now, today in this episode, we're going to be talking about what the forums have provided us and kind of speculating as to what that means for the game as a whole. Now, we are going to start with this awesome message that we got earlier today from the devs, and it talks about the state of the galaxy. Now, it says, in this installment, we're going to cover some of the rewards and intricacies of our next major release, featuring territory battles. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can probably expect to see Game Changers having early access footage of what this will look like here in the next couple of days, but there are a few key elements that I want to talk about as we go through this. Now, it reads, as many of you are aware, we are super excited to share our newest feature, territory battles. This is an epic multi-phase battle pitting the entire collection of characters and ships of every guild member against a progressively challenging living battlefield. Now, that thing about living battlefield is something that I am really excited about. What does that mean? Now, one of the things that I think is going to happen with this is it's going to play like a game of Risk. Turn-based, that kind of thing. You send a player, AI sends a player. They send someone else from the guild, they send someone else from their AI guild, you send someone from your AI guild. I think that's going to be the kind of thing that we're going to be looking at. I don't necessarily know, but that living battlefield makes me think that we are going to have an ever-increasingly difficult way of map, and that is super exciting for me. One of the things that I loved about Battlefront 2, if you guys remember, was the Galactic Conquest. I freaking loved that. I thought it was amazing. But it was so cool to see. And that's what I think we're going to happen. I don't necessarily know. Now, I will say, if you guys remember a few months ago, actually, we had a leak of one of the images of what it would look like. Now, here we see this little thing, this map. I will say that my artist rendition of the map is pretty spot on. If you guys remember, if not, I'll put it above this awesome little picture of Leia, Han, and Hermit Yoda, which I'll talk about here in a moment. But I'm super excited about this living battlefield. It says, working collaboratively with your guild, bring over 7,500 units, characters, and ships into the battle. Now, if you don't have a deep roster of ships, now is the time to be farming them. I know that a lot of people don't like the ship battles, but they are going to make they're going to be an important part of this event, and I think they're going to be an important part of the game, a pretty big staple from here on out, more than just a thing to do to get Zetas. But it says participate in gameplay like platoon missions, which unlock special abilities such as ion cannon to turn the tide in your favor. Work together to grow your guild collection to top leaderboards and show the world your true power. Now, I'll talk about the guild thing, but when you say ion cannon, you see that little thing up here in the top right of my screen. My mouse, my hand is touching it. That looks to me like the ion cannon. I think that's what we're going to see. Now, moving on, we have more information soon that will come, territory battles, so on and so forth. That, in my mind, means game changer footage. So be prepared to have that. I look forward to it. Now, we have new characters as they were teased, and special missions. And with the 3 new characters, as you see here in the bottom left, are Rebel Captain Han, or Captain Han Solo, Rebel Officer Leia Organa, and Hermit Yoda. I mean, let's just love Hermit Yoda. I think that's awesome. We're not going to see Hermit Yoda doing lightsaber tricks. I don't think we're going to see him do some pretty, I don't know, teaching things. He's going to be more of a passive player probably, but it goes off. It says, in our Road Ahead post, we said that there were going to be some new characters. Here we are. These first 3 characters. I don't know if they're going to introduce more, but these are the 3 that we're going to get. Captain Han Solo is powerful rebel healer and rebel reviver. So it's probably going to be one of those things where he has the revive ability, but it's probably going to be specific to rebels. That's what I'm calling. It doesn't just say reviver, it says rebel reviver. That's what I'm saying. Rebel Officer Leia Organa is a devastating attacker, able to attack up to 10 times in a single turn. Now that is reminiscent of Ahsoka Tano's ability, or Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano's ability, that can attack up to 10 times in a turn. I'm wondering if, with the right team, both of those could be devastating. If this is meant to counteract the Ahsoka Fulcrum character. The next character, as for Hermit Yoda, his ability kit will remain shrouded in mystery, just like Yoda himself, for now. Captain Han, Solo, and Rebel Officer Leia's kit will be available later this week, and we'll get quite a bit more. To unlock Rebel Officer Leia Organa, you'll need to use Captain Han Solo to participate in a special mission and territory battles. Your guild's teamwork is key because for every guild member that completes this special mission, the guild as a whole will earn an extra character shard of Rebel Officer Leia Organa. I freaking love that. Now, if you're not in a solid guild, this is going to be a problem for you. If you're not in a guild that participates, if you're not in a guild that has strong leadership, and newer characters especially might find this difficult because they may struggle getting into a guild. Now, what I think is going to happen with this is we're going to see more guild communities stepping up, being created. Some of the stronger guilds will just build out more of their communities and find things to do. And I think if you don't have a guild community, or if you're not in a strong guild that communicates effectively, that works together effectively, then you're going to struggle to get these characters, and you're going to be a little turned off by the game. This could potentially make or break guilds, and it will cause infighting if you don't have a solid guild communication or solid guild hierarchy or setup. But it continues on. It says, for example, if 20 members out of 30 participating in a particular territory battle successfully complete her special mission, all 30 will receive 20 shards of Rebel Officer Leia Organa. And if all 50 members in a maximum size guild participate and complete her special mission, they'll each earn 50 of her shards. Now, that's going to be awesome. It does lend me to think that Leia is going to be like a Luke, and maybe even with Han or Yoda, depending on how they're launched, where you won't be able to actually play with the character until they are 7-star. So if your guild doesn't participate or communicate or work effectively together, it's going to take a very long time to get her unlocked. Now, that's total speculation. I have no proof to back that up, but it would make sense, because otherwise 50 shards would unlock her immediately with pretty much any star level. I think 50 shards is 2-star, 2.5 star. But that's going to be pretty sweet. It continues on. It says you'll want these new powerful rebels at your command, so that you'll unlock special missions, which accelerates the amount of guild event tokens you earn. Guild event tokens can be spent on Hermit Yoda and on rewards in the brand new guild event store. Now, Hermit Yoda, in my mind, is going to look a lot like General Grievous in the Shard Shop. Now, I think we'll probably see Hermit Yoda available in some other way. I'm hoping we'll see Hermit Yoda available in some other way, but it's likely that we are only going to be able to purchase him through earning guild tokens that we can then earn for another guild event, or to spend in this new guild store. Now, I'm kind of excited about this because that means they're going to populate that guild store with other great things. Now, part of those other great things, and I'll talk about that here in a minute, but it says, take note, there's a special mission that Commander Luke Skywalker unlocks, which also further accelerates your guild event token acquisition. Make sure to collect all of these heroes on the Rebellion to empower your roster. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those things you're going to need deep rosters. If there are toons that you are close to getting 7-star, or you are close to leveling up, or you are just been putting off, even though they're easy to farm, go back and farm them, because the deeper the roster, the more effective your team is going to be. Or at least that's the way that this seems to be playing out, and I'm holding to that. I've got a fairly deep roster. Turns out I have 2 characters that are not unlocked, and they are General Grievous and the Gamorrean Guard. Now, I've not even remotely wanted the Gamorrean Guard. I felt like there's no reason for him. I don't need him as a tank. I've got some pretty solid tanks. Luckily, I leveled up Han to gear 11, 7-star, which is perfect because with this new event, we are going to be seeing a gear level 12. I'm so excited about that. Don't let my tiredness take away from my enthusiasm about it. So territory battles also heralds the arrival of gear 12. This new tier of gear will bring a whole new level of power to your units. It will also throw off the meta or change up the meta, and I'm really curious to see how it happens. This time around, the increase in gear level will not be related to an increase in character level. So it seems like they're not going to raise the character level, but it does say that you have to have a gear 12 character, that character has to be 7-star. So if you haven't maxed out your star level, that's going to become that much more important. In the past, you could have a lower star character like Nihilus. When Nihilus was unlocked or unleashed or released, you didn't need him. Nihilus was completely viable at 3-star gear 11 with some solid mods. Now, gear 12, you're still going to have a solid Nihilus to, if you follow that same pattern, you'll still have a decent Nihilus, but it will be dominated by a Nihilus that is gear 12, 7-star, level 85. It's just going to be one of those things that we're going to see more effective. I don't know, but I'm excited about it. It continues. It says gear level 12 can be purchased in the guild event store. Now, the new gear is a significant increase in the amount of power from gear 11, and also increases your overall galactic power with each piece. So, if you have those characters that are close to 12, I would, if you can, I'd just get them up. Might as well. Get them as high as you can, because we don't know when territory battles will launch officially. I still think it's going to be in September, but I don't know. We'll see. I think they're going to give us the entire Luke event before they launch territory battles, and they're definitely going to tease us a lot more between now and then. It says, on another note, the territory battle rewards is that every guild member is important to earning the best rewards, and all guild members earn equal rewards. Fight as a team, earn as a team. Now, again, I know that people are going to be like, oh, that's communism, earn. It's a game. It's a game. And one of the fun things about this game is working with other people, communicating with other people. One of the things I've loved about this channel is the fact that I get to talk and communicate with other people who are passionate about this game as much as I am, and who love Star Wars as much as I am. One of the things I love to talk about with people is what characters are we going to see next? What characters do we want to see next? There's so many that I want. Hondo. I want a pirate faction. I mean, he'd be a scoundrel, but still, let's face it. I want a freaking pirate faction. That would be awesome. Probably not going to happen anytime soon, but I can hope, right? But yeah, they're really pushing the guild thing here. I do think that guild communities are going to become more effective. We With Lives, that's the guild that I'm in. I know Team Instinct has a number of guilds. I know Cubs Fan Han has his own guild community, and I think there's like 5 that he runs. But find a solid guild community that you can participate in, that you can have fun with, and just enjoy the game that much more. Because if you're not in a good guild, just flat out a single good guild, you're going to struggle with the game. If you're not in a community of guilds, you're just really missing out on a lot of fun. There are a lot of great people out there that love the game as much as you do. Find one. Find a group that you can join. And if you can't find one, make one. There's a lot of great guides out there to figuring out how to do a solid guild community, or how to build a guild, and then take that information, take what you've learned, and build a community out of it. It just makes sense. It says this is just a preview. This is just information that we're getting. I am so excited. I wanted to make this video a little short, just kind of go over this. I am stoked for this. We're going to find out more. We'll probably get character kits for Rebel Han and the new Han and the new Leia sometime in the next couple of days. I would be shocked if by the end of the week we did have total information of what they would look like. I'm excited, guys. I really, really am. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really stoked to see how these play out, and I can't wait to see some of the Game Changers footage. You can also check us out. We're going to be doing a live Q&A session. We'll be launching this week's episode from Cubs fan Han's YouTube page. He and I believe Rapmaster Yoda will also be joining us. Check that out. That is this Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if you catch this video after this, we do it every other Thursday. You can check out our channels. We switch off hosting. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Leave a comment, like us, share us. Stay nerdy, my friends.